Alrighty, guys. Hello. Good thing I remember to unmute myself. Okay, American Amy here. I'm here with Lady Justice, Liberty Press. Right there, she is, Lady Justice. Hello, Lady Justice. Hey, wake up. Hey, and we've got with us a special guest tonight. We've got Mr. No Name Coder. Some of you guys I know have already subscribed to his channel. Um, and some of you have not. Okay, somebody's echoing. Mute your YouTube.
We had all, okay, there's no echoes.
Okay. Okay. So we got No Name Coder with us. And what he's going to do tonight, he's going to explain to us what his channel a little bit. Well, first he's going to introduce himself and he's going to tell us what he's trying to do for our community. And but why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself real quick? You don't have to get real personal.
So I was just a guy sitting in my recliner one day, watching a guy we probably all seen, Direct D. And the video I was watching, the cops were just refusing to identify themselves while they were just demanding that Direct D give up his ID. And it made me a little sick to my stomach to think that they could just go and demand and throw somebody in jail and take away their freedom for stuff like this, but they didn't want to say who they were. And I had been working with AI for a couple of months, and I thought that facial recognition is a solved problem. Like, everybody does it. Google does it. Walmart does it when you go to use the checkout. So I downloaded some code from the internet, and I set out to download videos from YouTube and start cataloging these officers so that we can identify them in the streets when we encounter them. I think that everybody in the world should have an app on their phone to be able to pull out and hey cat, hey ANCAP. I think everybody should be able to pull out their phone and identify an officer before they get involved with them, to be able to see their history and what kind of behavior they're used to be able to see any of the videos that we found on them before or any other public records we have, because it's sick that they're put into such a position of power and then they think that they don't have to tell us who they are.
I agree with you. I agree with you. 1 second, No Name. Sebastian, this is not a government program we're talking about here. This is a program we're talking about this man's going to try to do on his own. And perhaps, there's some things we can do to help him. But basically, this is his project. This is nothing the government's going to help us do. No. Okay. Sorry about that. I just want people to understand this is your project. This is definitely the last person that would fund this would be the government, I would think. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
continue.
I don't think they would ever give me one penny towards making this a thing.
No.
I think they'll probably spend a few pennies by the time I'm done trying to stop me. On that note, I got a letter from my attorney yesterday, and she gave me the go-ahead. She said she can't find any law that I'm violating, like federally. There are a few places, a few states where I have to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm doing to not get myself in trouble, but there's no law that prevents me from doing this. So as long as I'm getting all the public information from channels out there that are recording the police, they can't stop me. I'm not breaking the law. So
yeah, I was going to ask you about the legalities of this. So thanks for
there are
covering
some
that.
places like Illinois, for instance. I have to be really careful about how I save the biometric data. But I can still use it. I just have to be careful about how I save it and where I'm storing it and what I'm using it for. I also have to be really careful about what kind of information people can access about the officers. Like, you'll be able to see where they work, where they've worked before, like any
but
kind
not
of
where they
disciplinary
live.
history. I can't. Yeah, I won't give out their home addresses. Even if I happen to have it, I would never give it out.
We don't want
And
it. We don't want it.
No, and I actually intend to try to make police officers and police departments work with me. Like, they're not going to be able to stop me. I'm not quitting. My attorney told me I can do this, so they can eat one. Like, I am doing this. So I want to force them to work with me. I want this program to be the go-to program for their human resources department to see what kind of people they're hiring. Like, I want their human resources to be able to take a photo of an officer who's applying for the position and see all of the things that we've ever recorded them doing before. That way the citizens can really know what they're getting themselves into before they hire one of these creeps.
I never even thought of it that way. I thought about just us using it for our benefit and for our protection when we're out there recording, or when we're out there having an encounter. But I think using it that way would be great too. And also, as always, a way to show the people. And this is something
totally
eventually that anybody could use, right? That the average citizen could use after we get this database filled up. Okay.
And the great thing is that, like, I'm not going to be able to find every officer's face on the internet. Not everyone, because there are a lot. There's like 660,000 in the United States alone. So I'm working really hard to get this built up to the point where it's viable for people to start using in the field. But the great thing is that if you catch an officer that I don't have, you can add them to the database just by filming them.
Right. That's what we're going to get into. Yeah. How can we help as citizens and as, well, I don't like to call myself a citizen really, but as people and as people that record anyway, you know, explain to us a little bit more about how this program, how you see it working, how you think it can work, if you don't mind. And then we'll get into how, you know, what can each individual do to help contribute by pictures or whatever, information, public information, etc.
That'd be awesome. Okay, so it's actually it's kind of complicated. There are several servers that work in the back end, like behind the scenes, to handle capturing the incoming video, kind of like YouTube does. But instead of distributing it out to other users, they're sending it to a separate server that actually performs like the analysis on the video and deciding if any officers are in the video. And if there are officers that it finds, do we know who they are? And if we don't, you know, can we figure out from the video who they are? And like a lot of times I'll be able to get clues like about departments, even if I don't know, because of like location data for the video. But those servers really only stand behind the front end. And the front end is going to be a website where people will be able to go and upload photos or videos of officers or records they have on the officers or any other like complaints that they would like to lodge or make. And then the app, which I'm going to make available on Android and Apple, and you should just be able to take it out and film an officer and get their information if we have it. And if we don't, you'll get to add it. And that brings me to something like if we have people out there adding them, I'm going to give those people access to what I'm going to charge everybody for. Like the app is going to be free. You're going to be able to download it and use it to identify cops without having to pay a penny, because I think everybody should have that information at their fingertips. But while I was building it, I accidentally, okay, so there's a piece of software called YOLO. And it stands for you only look once. And it looks at a picture or a video, and it kind of tells you what is in it. And you can train them to pick out all kinds of stuff like cars or baseballs or oranges or buses or whatever. I trained one to pick out cop cars and cops that are in uniform.
You mean so AI that's part of this app, YOLO?
Yeah, so yeah, I was using that piece of software to go through the videos I was downloading from YouTube and pick out cops and save their pictures. Well, then I decided, what will happen if I hook it to my front video camera? And at that point, I came up with the ability to get a notification on my phone if a cop drives by my house. Or if a cop comes to my door. I could be at the store, and I'm going to know.
All right. You see what ANCAP says? He says, you know, we need want. This is exactly all we need and want is where they work, their names and IDs. Yes, because unlike them, we want this to be professional, but we need to know who we're doing. Like they always say, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Well, look, we're not out there
to know who they are.
Thank you, and that's why this could.
All of these.
This is extremely important.
Officers out there with histories of violence, like these people they're given like a state-sanctioned monopoly on the ability to legally initiate violence. Like the state says it's okay for them to do bad things to us. We armed them And then we're not holding them responsible at all. We've set up a legal system and a lot of legal loopholes where they're not even responsible when they do fuck up. And so
right. And let me, I don't mean to interrupt, but real quick, Lady Justice, just the other day, the video you released today, which I want SJB, y'all get the word out. I want SJB to feature that video. How many cops were there? Like 5? Nuts. And none of them ID'd to you? I don't think any of them ID'd. Not one
of them. What I'm going to have to do is, for an example in that case, is go back and find out the date and time that I was there with the unit number that was also there, and try to trace down the cops that way and ask for records that way in order to get everything, I think.
And you can do it that way, and you will be able to do it that way. But this is, hopefully going to make it easier. Now, do you really think that you pulled this off?
Oh, I know I can pull it off. It's going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fucking cops.
They are. Way too many. They're overstaffed.
Yeah, it sounds like it's definitely a work in progress.
Sounds like a work of love, though.
It is, but I just want to say, like, I didn't start out to make a YouTube channel. Like, I started out stealing the videos off of YouTube and hunting for cops and adding them to this database. But once I saw how well, because I'm using the same facial recognition technology that Google uses. And once I saw how well it was able to perform, I decided that, this really needed to be a thing. But when I hooked up those video cameras from my front door to this software, and I knew I could get a notification when a cop came by my house, that's when I knew that everybody needed this shit. Like, I knew that everybody had to have that. And so
that's very, very powerful.
So I set out, at that point, I made the YouTube channel, and it really sucked. I made really bad videos. I did really bad voiceovers. They were horrible. So I tried to learn a little bit, and I watched some people on YouTube, not just their content, but, how they were making their content. And I tried to learn, and it's doing a little bit better. But it slowed me down a little bit because you guys know, making videos, that shit takes some time.
Yes, it does.
It sure does. But it has given you a chance to for people to get to know at least your name. Your name's been out there, and the fact that you're somebody that's on our side. And that's one reason we wanted to do this interview, to introduce you, to give you a chance to introduce yourself to the community and to let people know what your intentions are. And now, if you can go on explaining about this, but if you want to go ahead and tell people how they can help you by uploading videos, pictures, whatever, what can we do? How can we help you? And how, I heard something about it's better if we put the name with the officer on the picture. Tell us how we can help you.
Okay, so when you guys are making the video, right? A lot of times if I can't see their name, I'll have to, or if you guys don't say it or they don't verbalize it, or it's not written down somewhere, I'll have to really zoom in on their chest and then maybe guess. And sometimes I still can't get it. But if you guys manage to catch it where the camera doesn't, or if you get one of their cards, even if you just hold their card up on screen, there's a piece of software called optical character recognition. And it just looks at a picture and it picks out all the letters and numbers and shit. And it feeds all of those letters and numbers directly to my software as shit that it can understand rather than parts of a picture. And that makes it really easy for me to get the cop's name and badge number out of the video. It makes things faster as far as entering everything into the database. But really, editing these videos has made me better. Because I'm having to edit things now for YouTube, I'm actually learned how to edit the videos and zoom in so I get way better pictures of their face. So the channel has actually improved the software. Hey, Lenny.
So
you guys want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
So last night I called this stranger right over in Scotland to give him a piece of advice, and my wife has such a thing for his accent that I'm not gonna lie, she took off her underwear and threw them across the room at him on the phone.
My goodness, that's funny.
Yeah. She's never met him, but wow.
Are you
Hey,
talking
Mr.
about?
Amazing,
Are
thank you,
you
sir.
talking about? Are you talking about Lenny?
I think you know it.
Go, Lenny. I haven't heard him speak. Now I want to hear his voice. Lenny, you're going to have to come on panel one day. I want to hear that voice.
Hello, everyone.
Go check out his channel. He's got a couple of good videos, and I'm telling you, my wife
Oh.
says that his voice is amazing. It's like the best aged whiskey.
Well, I didn't even see. I didn't even know he had a channel. A lot of times, I don't know people have channels unless they tell me. I met known him for a long, long time, and I didn't realize that.
I'm gonna chime in
on
for a
another-
second, all right?
Hold on. We got Amazing coming in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. We gave about 15 minutes now for him to explain the thing. Did we have some Q&A? Did Amy or Lady J have any questions? Any other questions, Lady J? We haven't heard from you.
Mr. Amazing, can I just have one more second? I got something really important.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys know of any channels that have videos of cop watchers, if you will email me the name of that channel, like I don't care if it's one video in 100 on their channel that has the police, I need that video. Just email their channel to nonamecoderofficial@gmail.com, and I'll add it to my list so that when I take this thing from what it is now to full scale, their stuff will automatically be downloaded and we'll get that 1 in 100 video.
I do have a question. How are you going to know when you have reached the end of this? I don't think you ever will, because officers are hired and fired all the time, it seems like, and they go from one agency to another. How are you going to keep on top of all that?
So a lot of that is going to be with the people. Like once this is launched and it's not just on my computer, but it's on your phone.
Right.
Every time you take a picture of one of these cops, we're going to be updating their information in the database. We're going to be saying, "Oh, we've caught this officer again."
I see. So it's basically a living document, basically.
It has to be.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm.
I think I've messed the sound up. Is it me?
Maybe a little. It might be
You're
me.
fabulous, Amy. I love you. It's all good.
I need you guys to speak.
Are you there?
Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna
Amy.
knock off. I'm gonna come back. Y'all stay.
All right.
I'll come back.
Hey, Lady J.
Hey. Can you hear me?
So, yes, ma'am. I
Thank
just
you.
want to say, like, I watched the video just a little bit ago when I was on a ladder at work of them detaining Mr. Amazing there at McDonald's, and I would just like to go on the record as saying, "Screw McDonald's."
Thank you.
Yes,
Their
ma'am.
food's not that good anyway, right?
No,
Just
they can keep their McChickens.
About 17 minutes in, man, if you look, I'm like, hey, look this way. Hey, look that way. And I go, here's one for the permanent record.
Yes.
So badass.
And I try to stop or pause my camera and my video so you can get a better look of their facial structure, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so badass. Here you guys haven't really asked the question, but I'm working on a tiny piece of software that will work with the app so that when you're filming, you can push a button and it will automatically adjust the zoom and the focus to capture each officer it finds in clear focus.
Oh.
Hey, Amy is
Yeah.
back.
So
We love you, Amy.
I'm really interested in your app. How much is this going to cost to have?
I don't want the app to cost anything. I don't
Okay.
want I want the app to be free. Now the premium feature that I'm offering, like the one thing that I found that I really think is worth paying for, is the cop detector for your house, and I'm thinking like $10 a month. There's not many people, I don't think, in the world that can't really afford it if they want to have it. So I think that's a pretty good price point, and I think that will help support all of the graphics cards that I'm going to have to rent to do all of this.
Well, $10 a month seems to be pretty fair and pretty reasonable.
Especially to know that a damn cop's approaching your house. That could be the difference between life or death, because they often come up to people's house. I just seen their day where they went to, I might have shared the video, knowing me, I probably did, where they shot the man because he opened his door with his piece. I'll leave it at that. And let's not get into that, because we don't want to mess this beautiful panel up.
Right.
That's right.
Right, because we know free speech isn't, on these especially on these private apps. I mean, they're owned by private companies, so we want to abide by their terms of service. Hey, Joe Cove, thanks to everybody for being here. Now, questions, guys. If you got questions, put them in the chat so we can ask No Name. And if there's anything you want to know.
About when will the time frame be when that app is available for even the beta use of it?
Damn, I had that question written down. That's crazy.
I'm working pretty hard on adding them and making the videos. I've got the app for the Android version. I've never really built an Apple app, but I've got a guy that's going to help me with that, I think. But I've got the Android app about 40% of the way done, and all of the servers behind it are functional. But I can't really take it to scale. Okay, so AI, it works on graphics cards. It doesn't really work on the CPUs that most computer instructions work on. You can run it on a CPU, but it's incredibly slow. If you put it on a graphics card, you're looking at doing something in seconds that would have taken you days on a computer. And so I have to lease them. I can use the one in my house to do the stuff I do now, but to do it for thousands of people, like, that's going to be impossible from my house. So, yes, videos from Canada would be awesome.
That's a great question. Yeah, that's and what do you want them from the UK and
everywhere? Any officer, anybody who thinks they have authority.
Okay. What about public employees? Let's start with the cops. Let's not overwhelm ourselves.
I'm on the exact same page. I'm on the exact same page. I want to add the rest of our public officials.
Yeah,
but I
maybe
really feel
eventually.
That if I just keep it, I feel if I just keep it on this one battlefront, I'll have a lot less battles to fight until it's established.
Right. That's
So,
and I often say it's cops that most people have their contact with government is going to be with the police. Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So it's best to
when you
focus
have
there.
660,000 police officers and like 100 senators,
Right. And earlier, okay, Mr. Mason, go ahead, please.
Howdy.
Yes, Mr. Mason. We can hear you. We can see you. Do you want to talk?
Okay, so we're doing a giveaway tonight. We haven't exactly figured out what the giveaway is. I'm going to mute everyone.
Oh, no.
We're doing a giveaway tonight, and if you put hashtag Liberty Crew in the chat right now, we're going to pick one lucky viewer to receive a free item.
Why is it competing, me and him? There you go. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's going to be responsible for this.
So if you hashtag Liberty Crew in the chat right now, we are going to do a giveaway, me and Lady J. It's going to pick one viewer who commented hashtag Liberty Crew. And we're going to send you something. We're going to draw your name, and we'll announce the winner on the next live stream.
Do you have any stipulations, like they need to live in the continental U.S. or that would be all?
Considering we haven't decided what we're going to give away, we have not made those terms yet. So it'll probably be hard to deliver outside of the U.S., but I think we have a pocket constitution that we want to give to a lucky viewer.
Well, that sounds nice. But they're responsible. These two are responsible for that giveaway. That would be Lady Justice and Mr. Amazing, because that was not discussed with me beforehand. But it is something I would like to do in the future, is do like a monthly giveaway. But I already decided it's got to be in the continental U.S. because I'm poor. I can't be sending shit all over the world. Okay, so where were we at? Now we were asking
just
if there's
wanted-
questions. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to
Go
get
ahead.
back to one quick point, and that is you
Mhm.
asked me what my timeline is. And so my timeline now is really based on when I have enough subscribers to launch a Kickstarter. If I did it today, I've got closing on 1,000. If I launched it today, it would probably fail. It's not a small amount of money I'm looking for. I'm gonna pay for a lot of it myself, but if I paid for it all myself, like I would spend every dime I had, I would max out my credit cards, and then I would still be short. So I'm going to
Right.
launch a Kickstarter, but I have to have enough people subscribe to my channel that see the videos and the announcements for when it's launched and when it's going, that it doesn't just sink and fail, because I really want this to be a thing. Like, I have a cop detector now. Like, it works at my house. I have an app
Right.
on my phone. You know, I could
Right.
stop there, but I don't want to stop there. Like, I could take pictures of the cops in my town and be okay, but that leaves everybody else in the same shitty position they're in now. And
Right.
I don't want that. You know, I want everybody everywhere to be able to hold these people accountable, because they're deleting their records. They're obfuscating their records. They redact everything. They hide as much as they can, and then they laugh in our face and tell us they're transparent. And I'm sick of that shit.
Me too. And earlier, like Lady Justice was saying, you know, how will you keep up with it? That's the beautiful thing about the AI is when they move to another department, it's gonna automatically know, and it's gonna inform the other computer of everything, and it's gonna update everything automatically, you know,
Yeah, well,
and
it
it's
won't be
gonna
quite automatic.
learn.
Like, we'll have a couple of people that actually work for the company that runs this thing, and
Right.
their
I mean,
job will
over
be to make
time.
sure. Yeah,
I meant over time, but I'm saying that's one of the goals is so we can get rid of these cops that go from department to department to department.
they
And like
quit
you said,
instead of get fired and
yeah.
then run off and go work somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay, so do we have any questions down here in the chat? You see any questions down here, Late Justice? I can't hardly see. I don't have my glasses on.
If a public servant filed a state exit commission.
Yeah, you can read them too, No Name. You're probably younger than us. You can probably see better than we can. I don't know. Hey, George, how you doing? Hey, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. We all do. And we all find this very interesting. We all appreciate No Name Coder trying to do something. You know, we all need to try to contribute any way we can. And whatever your talent or skill is, like I said, you might not be one to hold a camera. You may not. There's tons of help that needs to be done in tons of ways. So anyway,
It's so awesome. Since I've started this channel, like, not only have I had like the people in the First Amendment community and the people in the auditing community and the cop watching community reaching out, but it was so awesome for me the day I opened it up and I found that somebody had subscribed to me, because everybody who subscribes, I go and check their page looking for cop videos. And when I went and checked his page, it was all tech videos. It was all coding, all technical stuff. And it really excited me that I had somebody from the other side of my passion that was getting involved.
right.
And
That's
since
something
then, there
else
have
I
been.
wanted. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You finish.
No, I was just gonna say there have been several other people like coders that have volunteered to help. So I've been vetting them slowly, and there's a couple that I've brought in, and it is becoming bigger than just me. So
that was what I was going to say, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but there are some people that are already in this community that are coders, and I'm sure they would be at least willing to talk to you about this, you know, especially after watching this, you know, and yeah, of course you have to vet anybody, but there's some that I know already, and there's some that Lady Justice know that we already know and trust, and I don't know if they'd have time or if they'd be interested, but they probably would. So that's another thing. That's another way how somebody can help. If you're a coder, if you know about this shit and you can help, or you know somebody that you trust that can help, please do. And your information, Mr. Mason is going to be putting that in the description. Your email, your link to your channel. Okay.
Now, I've set up a link tree at nonamecoder.tv that's got links to like the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. The the spring store where I'm gonna have all the merch that I'm sending out with the Kickstarter. I really don't want to monetize my channel. I really like cussing. I really like saying messed up, fucked up, like mean stuff, especially when it comes to these police officers.
Yeah.
And so I don't ever expect to see a penny from YouTube.
You probably won't see anything if you, and if you do, you probably will, but and it might not be much. But I would advise you not to say, "Oh, I'm never going to monetize," because you may decide to monetize. So please don't say that.
I could if it were for a good
You may.
reason, like
just say
if
you may.
If it were something like it's going to push my videos in front of more people,
it would help the AI. I mean, how if you monetize and it makes you some money, you could put that money towards the AI. I'm not saying make it and go party with it. I'm saying make it and put it back into this project.
I haven't partied a day since I've been out of prison.
Oh, fuck. That's a little.
Not one day. It was well over a decade. I spent well over a decade in prison, and it made me a changed man. Like you just put away that shit.
I didn't mean that literally, though. What I'm saying is, yeah, I just know as somebody that's been doing this for years, and I'm not doing what you're doing. The stuff I do costs money, and I don't make much money back, and I surely don't make a profit. So what I'm saying is, I'm encouraging you not to say, "Oh, I will never monetize," because if you do ever have any way of making money that will help fund your main project, let it be. Yeah, you can Google put ads on it anyway, whether you want it or not.
Somebody really close to me actually said something like that just a little while ago, because I was talking about how I didn't want to monetize, and they were telling me that if I monetized and like I put a little ad at the bottom of my video, or there was like a 30-second ad in the middle or whatever, that would basically mean that everybody who watched my videos was getting to contribute to the project by doing the same shit they were doing anyway, just watching the videos.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really find an argument with that, but I mean, like, I don't think they're going to really want to monetize my videos, because I like saying, fuck these cops, or these guys are assholes. Okay. Or
if they do, they do. If they don't, they do. Don't. I'm just saying, leave it. Your options
put up my
open.
like links to the store and stuff, I guess.
Let people get and just leave merch. Your options. Just leave your options open. Is all I'm asking. All I'm not asking you to do. I'm just, as somebody that's heard other people make this mistake and regret it. I'm just trying to give you some advice, some friendly advice.
I appreciate advice, because I'm telling you right now, I am not a content creator. Like, I'm not a YouTuber. I've never done this. Like, this is not my thing. And I just want to say, I saw Acura Amanda ask me to email her, and I will do that.
Yeah, I had. She might. I had sent Acura Amanda a link, but that's how I knocked myself offline. I was trying to email her a link, so I don't know if she got it, because she said she might want to come. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. Hey,
Joey here.
Hey, Princess. Joey. Yeah. Hey, Blue Lives Matter, Archangel, Van, Robert, everybody. Wow. It's a great crowd we got here. Yeah. And I know you have been supporting No Name without even really knowing him. And he's almost hit 1,000 already. And I'm telling you, he's trying to do something, and I think it's a good idea. We'll see. It's definitely worth a try. I appreciate it, and I appreciate anybody trying to help in any way they possibly can. And they always want to know who the hell we are. Shit. About time
I'll tell you one of the best moments for me. Like, I was watching Mr. Amazing get arrested. And I know that sounds pretty shitty to say it was really amazing for me, but I heard him say to Lady J right there, make sure to get her face for the permanent record. And when I heard that, like, to know that there were people out there who were gathering this information now to know that we were going to keep this shit forever was amazing. Like, that made me really happy to find like that kind of support. I appreciate the shit out of you too.
Yeah, and explain that too, guys. That's what this is called, the permanent record. So his name is No Name Coder, but this project is called the Permanent Record, which I like. Lady Justice, if you're speaking, you're muted. Oh, hold on, I'll
we could not
unmute
hear
you. I try to unmute her. Unmute yourself, honey. You got to unmute yourself.
Okay. All I was saying is I've got some people making comments about what is his link. I will make sure all the links are in the description at the end of the broadcast. Sometimes it takes a few moments or whatever for it to get in there, but I will make sure that everything is put in the descriptions.
Yeah. And if any of the mods want to look for it, it's No Name Coder. It's small letters. Yeah, they're already dropping it.
Thank you, ACAP.
You know, ACAP's great. We've got some great people, man. We get a great community, man. We do. I keep telling myself, I keep believing, man. I just keep on believing. Hey, Toe for life. I appreciate you all coming in here. Hey, sharing info. Yeah. Hey, Karen. Okay, anybody got any more questions? And No Name is, you know, any final thoughts? You know, and we can always get together
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
So my question for you guys is, out of all of the places that you've been and seen so far, what are the worst? Where do we need to see this the hardest?
You go first, Lady Justice.
I've been going everywhere. I've been bouncing around from channel to channel, but like, I really want to find the worst of the worst and make sure that we've got those fuckers like from the get-go.
You want to say something, Lady Justice? If not, I'll answer my opinion on this.
I'm trying to hear what he's saying because all of a sudden his volume has gone way down on my end. And I'm thinking he said he's wanting to know where to hit the hardest or where to put this out first.
I guess he's saying like where the most tyrannical cops are, in your humble opinion, or based on your experiences.
Yeah.
Or about watching videos.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you guys got.
Yeah, I've came in across some pretty tyrannical cops, but I won't say that is necessarily regional, or you know, I would think that they're all over the place, all over.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I wish I could narrow it down better for you. I really do. They're everywhere.
I would agree, but I could narrow it down somewhat. I would give you some. One, I would say Alabama, Louisiana, Arizona, definitely, Southern Ohio, and Florida. And you're in small rural towns, any fucking where are going to be some of your worst, hardest hit, most tyrannical, most good old boy systems. Even in Florida, even in that county they were in, that county is. It's near St.
John's County.
Yeah, it's right near St. Augustine, between Jacksonville and St. John's. It's a nice area, but it's still. I even told her when I knew she was in that area before this happened. I said, "You're in St. Augustine, but it's still small Florida town. Even though they're used to getting tons of travelers, whatever. My area, we have snowbirds, and that's part of the problem." Because they're so quick to protect them, because they're the ones that bring in the money, you know.
Tourists.
So we're way overstaffed, especially in my particular neighborhood. I'm not sure about some of the other cities, but I would agree that they are too. The ones I've seen. I mean, look at the night she was arrested in Sarasota. That was very tyrannical. Lee County. A lot of Florida's tyrannical. A lot of Arizona, Mesna. Yeah, but anywhere you're gonna find them anywhere. I agree with that too. I mean. And you never know when it's going to happen, which one it's going to be. But so
it could be an officer that's ordinarily kind of calm, just having a really shitty day.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Actually, the night I was arrested, the one that treated me the best, I later found out we believe is the one that, I'm not positive, but we believe he's the one that beat the guy up that I shared a video of in a wheelchair, put the man in a wheelchair. I'm not sure it's the same officer, but I'm like 99% sure. And whether it is or isn't, I've seen it happen. That's why I always say they act nice. I'll say that one acted nice. because that's what it is. Like the one told me and Lady Justice one day, he entertained us. And that's exactly what he did. Entertain. I don't want to be entertained. If I want to be entertained, I'll watch a fucking movie. Okay.
I
Or
remember
go to a
watching that
concert.
fucking video.
Okay. No, we don't
I
want to be
remember watching
entertained.
that video.
And Pierce, I sure to God hope you got Pierce in your computer. I can't stand him. I'll make sure I send you a picture of him.
Hell yeah, you do, and he'll be in there tomorrow.
Amanda would appreciate that too, wouldn't you, Acra, Amanda? He done put his hands on me and her both too many times, and we're tired of it. And he said he liked it.
Right. It's that
That's
comment
just creepy
that's
as fuck.
really rapey. I don't like that. Yeah.
Very creepy. Very
Very
creepy.
creepy.
And
Very,
then he did yeah, and he winded up arresting Amanda. Luckily, her charges were dropped. My case is still open. Okay, so anything else? Any last thoughts? Lady Justice, you got any final thoughts?
I don't have any final thoughts other than, hey, what a fabulous, fantabulous idea that you've got, that you are creating and making reality. My hat is off for you.
Yes, we definitely appreciate it.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys. Like, if it weren't for you guys out there filming the police, like, I've done it twice since I've been out, and it is some of the scariest shit I have ever done in my life. It makes my knees shake. It makes my butthole pucker. Like, I'm pretty sure that when I do it next time, I'm going to have to wear brown pants. But I'm just saying, like, I appreciate the fact that you guys are so damn brave. Every one of you that gets out there and does this are so damn brave. And if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have shit. There would be no video of these fuckers for me to capture. So I just want to say thanks to you guys.
There would never be a chance of a permanent record if it wasn't
Correct.
for people that recorded the police. Okay, well, I want to thank Mr. Mason for being our producer tonight. It's been amazing not having to do all the fucking button work myself. And I want to thank everybody that joined us. I want to thank those of us that have channel members. Thank our channel members. And please go sub to this man and send him your pictures and stuff. He has his link tree there, which will have all his links telling you how to submit your stuff, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much to our special guest, No Name Coder. My name is American Amy.
Lady Justice, Liberty Press. Hey, hey, hey.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you, No Name Coder. We appreciate
Good
it.
night, guys.
Good night.
Peace. Peace, everybody. Peace.
Giddy up, 1-8.
All right. Bye, guys.